Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I promise Geeky will be back later today. We're going to do another video today. She actually was out with Mama Sparkles this morning and Pinky Boo. They went someplace, so I'm left to manage the reef by myself. We're going to talk about Disney Plus and all these executives that are leaving, which is very, very curious. Disney Plus is supposed to be this slam dunk success, but we've got two major executives leaving within the span of a couple of months. And I have to wonder if it's not because they know how disastrous Disney's financial situation is going to be this year, and they're just moving on to greener pastures. But one of those executives jumped ship to become the head of TikTok, and now TikTok, there's talk about it being banned. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Before we get into it, check out our micro crowdfunder. We're actually taking pre-orders right now for our very first official enamel pin. Yeah, we're going to do a Bubbly Steve enamel pin. You've got 11 days to snag one of those. They're going to be super limited. When they're gone, they're gone. Check it out at shopclownfish.com or click the link in the description, in the comments, and here we go. So, I have to wonder what is going on here. We're going to talk about these executives that are leaving, but first I want to talk a little bit about Disney's financial situation. It's not going to be good. Tuesday is actually their third quarter earnings call, and what's going to differentiate this earnings call from previous earnings calls is that the theme parks and movie theaters have been closed, I believe, for the entirety of the quarter that they're going to report, which means that Disney's revenue is probably going to be at the lowest it has ever been in the company's recent history anyway, and it's going to be catastrophic. And we still don't have opening dates for a lot of their movies, even though the theme parks are open. Some of the theme parks are open. They're limping back to life. The attendance is not what Disney was hoping for. Even with limited capacity, things are just not good. So a lot of people, now Disney stock did go up a little bit, but a lot of financial analysts are saying that, you know, the House of Mouse is not out of the woods yet. Several of the theme parks and the cruise lines are still closed. Meanwhile, it has indefinitely delayed major theatrical releases. The company is expecting to report its fiscal third quarter results after the market closes on Tuesday. Here are a few vital things to watch in their earnings report. Is the worst of the pandemic behind it? Investors should look for the impact the pandemic had on the parks, experiences, and product segment. In the Q2 report, the company mentioned that coronavirus-related headwinds, is that what they're calling it? Negatively impacted its operating income by $1.4 billion. And this is what we talked about before. That reporting period ended March 28th, which only included a few weeks of business closures and stay-at-home mandates in the US. The brunt of the challenge stemming from those shutdowns will be revealed in the report coming out this week. In California, a surge in new cases has already forced the company to delay plans to open Disneyland. Now, here's the thing. I do believe Disney stock will rise again. However, I think Disney has years to go before the damage has been negated. I think that Disney is probably going to have to sell off or shut down some divisions. I think they're going to trim the fat. They're going to trim everything that's not turning a profit is going to get gone. I believe that they're going to be leaner and meaner going forward. I think that there are going to be a lot of consolidations. I think it's going to take, at least in the theme parks, probably a good 3 to 5 years for things to be completely normal again, for Disney to be looking at, you know, new attractions and all that. They've already canceled a bunch of stuff. It's going to take a while. Now, that being said, you know, Disney long term, I think, will be fine. I think the only way they're going to survive, though, and this is probably why they picked Bob Chapek, is that Bob Chapek is a penny pincher. And I know a lot of the fans don't like the fact that they pinch pennies, but they need somebody who can come in and say, hey guys, you want to make money? Then why are you doing the opposite of what makes money? So I think that there are going to be some major changes in regards to how Disney spends, and there might be some major changes in the kinds of products that Disney produces and the audiences that they pander to. And it might have something to do with China. It might have something to do with a potential Cold War that's brewing between the US and China, and Disney has been chasing Chinese box office takes for the last several years. And that may stop. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's talk about Disney Plus. This is, you know, one of the few, I guess, bright spots is Disney Plus, and you would think that, you know, these executives would stay put, but they're not. They had another top executive leave. They had Agnes Chu, Senior Vice President of Content for Disney Plus. She left the Mouse House to become president of Condé Nast Entertainment, the media and publishing company's entertainment division. Basically go do videos, I guess, for Condé Nast, which is weird because Condé Nast is antiquated, and we just saw that Legendary is laying a bunch of people off from Nerdist and some of their other publications. Geek and Sundry and Amy Poehler has something. Same kind of a thing, because it's not bringing in the ad revenue. But she's going to leave Disney Plus, which, as I understand it, is, you know, being hailed as one of the few successes Disney has had this year, to go work for Condé Nast. That's like leaving Ford to go work for the horse and buggy manufacturer down the street, because you don't see a future in automobiles, I guess. I don't know. But this is what Variety said. As SVP of content for Disney Plus, Chu oversaw the streaming service's slate of premium feature scripted, unscripted, and animated originals. Disney Plus earlier this week garnered a bunch of Emmy nominations for The Mandalorian. Chu worked with the Walt Disney Studios, Walt Disney Television, Pixar, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and National Geographic in developing Disney Plus content. She joined Disney in 2008, so she's been there for about 12 years, yeah, and has held a variety of roles for the company, including at Walt Disney Imagineering and as VP of the Office of CEO for Bob Iger. Interesting. She started at Disney ABC Television Group in digital short form development and production. So she started at ABC and then rose through the ranks. Now, in May, I mean, we're talking just a couple months ago, Kevin Mayer, this is a bombshell. You know, he left and went to TikTok. He was the head of streaming, and the reason people think he went to TikTok was a lot of people had him pegged for the next CEO of Disney. Instead, they picked Bob Chapek, who was in charge of parks. Kevin was in charge of streaming. Disney Plus was his baby, as I understand it. And yeah, he launched Disney Plus. We had Agnes Chu in there helping with that launch, helping to shepherd all this new content. And there's not really a whole lot of it. There's some stuff, but you know, whatever. But yeah, so why are they leaving? What's going on? You know, what is going on? Something's weird. Now, here's an article from Variety about a month ago. Kevin Mayer explains why he left Disney. He said, "I was doing great things at Disney." He said, speaking Thursday at Creative University webinar. I don't know what that is, but there comes a time in anyone's career when you have to make a choice. Mayer said he will always have a huge amount of fondness for Disney, where he had worked for more than 20 years. Regarding his moving on from the media conglomerate, the 58-year-old said it seemed like the right time. "I'm not getting any younger." Yeah, he wanted to be the CEO of Disney, I think. According to Mayer, the opportunity to join ByteDance, Chinese-owned ByteDance, and we're going to talk about that, the fastest company to hit $15 billion in revenue by far than any other company in history, he claimed, was a unique chance he couldn't pass up. There aren't many companies like ByteDance and TikTok. Yeah, because there aren't going to be many companies that are banned in the US. We're going to talk about that. Might bite them in the ass. In addition to serving as TikTok's chief executive, Mayer is COO of ByteDance. And perhaps a bit of a stretch, Mayer said TikTok actually has similarities to Disney. They both love Chinese money. At a very high level, the strategy for both of the companies is to deliver content as accurately as possible to consumers who are interested in it. I don't see any similarity to Disney whatsoever. Disney Plus has 8,000 pieces of content. At TikTok, we have users creating millions and millions of pieces of content. That is apples and oranges. So here's the thing. TikTok recently hit headlines over claims by the app's users that they helped sabotage the turnout for Trump's rally in Tulsa by reserving thousands of tickets. And now TikTok is in trouble. And nobody seems to know what's actually going on with TikTok. There is talk that they may ban TikTok, that some people are alleging it is Chinese spyware. And I've seen some examples. Of it. I mean, I would have to see more to be able to say yes or no definitively. But they are talking about banning TikTok here in the US. Now, as I understand it, and the situation is developing like hourly, so it could be old news by the time I get this posted. As I understand it, Microsoft was trying to swoop in and buy TikTok, and apparently that talk has stopped. It's stopped. So this is what the latest is, as I understand it from CNN. As of recording this video, let me refresh it, see if it's been updated. Okay, so Pompeo says Trump will take action in the coming days on TikTok and other Chinese apps. So Kevin Mayer, this might not have been a very good decision if we ban it in the US. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Sunday that Trump will take action in the coming days on Chinese apps, including TikTok. So not just TikTok, but all Chinese apps, maybe. Citing national security risks. Trump told reporters on Friday he would ban TikTok from operating in the United States through emergency economic powers or an executive order. Can he do that? I don't know. Can he do that? Though it was not immediately clear on what such an order would look like. So Pompeo said during an interview on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures, CNN's actually quoting Fox News, look at that, that Chinese apps like TikTok are an issue for U.S. national security and the privacy of Americans. Here's what I hope that the American people will come to realize. These Chinese software companies doing business in the U.S., whether it's TikTok or WeChat, there are countless more, are feeding data directly to the Chinese Communist Party, their national security apparatus. It could be their facial recognition pattern. It could be information about their residents, their phone numbers, their friends, who they're connected to. He continued, Trump has said enough and we're going to fix it. And so he will take action in the coming days with respect to a broad array of national security risks that are presented by software connected to the CCP. Microsoft is in talks to acquire TikTok, according to the New York Times, citing a person with knowledge of the discussions. Microsoft declined to comment to CNN Business on the matter. I heard it was dead in the water, but who knows? Trump firmly rejected the idea of a potential spin-off deal satisfying national security concerns. So it sounds like, you know, in a roundabout way, maybe they're trying to like launder TikTok. Like, okay, well, we'll release TikTok in the US via Microsoft. That'll do an end run around this potential ban. I don't know. It's very complicated, but if it gets banned in the US, that's going to be pretty catastrophic, right? And they've got Kevin Mayer from Disney as the president of something that may be dead in the water here in the US. So I don't know. And then we've got, I mean, my armchair opinion is, how bad is it that 2 Disney Plus executives leave within a couple of months of each other after what was considered to be a pretty successful launch? You would think if, you know, jobs were on the line, it would not be theirs. So maybe there is more drama behind the scenes than we're aware of, or maybe they just feel like Disney is going to be a sinking ship and they better get the hell out of there, jump ship to the first boat that comes by. Doesn't matter where it's headed, it's better than Disney. And that's the vibe I'm getting from it. And this is coming from a Disney watcher. This is coming from somebody with Disney stock. I'm like, to me, the only thing Disney's got going for it right now is Disney Plus, and these folks are jumping ship. I think it's going to be worse. I think it's going to be worse than what Disney obviously is letting on. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll definitely be covering Disney's earnings call next week. Should be very, very interesting to say the least. We'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.